So pleased to be here with you today. My name is Sarah Shijunian and I've been a nurse since 2004. I'm also the co-founder of Canadian Frontline Nurses. I first spoke out against the lockdowns in November of 2020. Since then, I was fired from both my jobs. My license is under investigation. We were defamed on national news in Canada and the US, being called domestic terrorists by some, and even had the RCMP knock at our door. I totally understand why nurses are petrified to go against the narrative, but in my opinion, there's no alternative. We either refuse to abide or stay silent and go against our oath to do no harm and everything nursing stands for. In nursing school, one of the first and foremost important things we learn about is the code of ethics. We were taught that when the industry turns against the people, it is our duty to agitate and advocate for what is best for our communities. I'm proud to say that I stood by my pledge to do no harm. And if that means that I'm no longer included in the industry, so be it. I'm now a free nurse. And that gives me the freedom and opportunity to be unapologetically the people's nurse and tell you everything I know without having to censor myself. I'm here to speak to small business owners today because we nurses are extremely concerned about the effects the lockdowns are having on you and the mental, spiritual, and the physical health of all the families involved. There is a huge health crisis going on, and it has nothing to do with a virus. Did you know that a study has shown that every time unemployment goes up 1%, 40,000 people die? Unemployment went up 3.8% across Canada last year. That's 152,000 deaths just due to unemployment. More than 200,000 Canadian small businesses could shut their doors permanently due to the lockdowns this year, jeopardizing close to 3 million private sector jobs. Can you imagine the wave of despair and death this will create? Heart attacks, overdoses, and suicides, as we can see, are the first to go up, but it doesn't stop there. These deaths throw families into poverty, increases risks of abuse, divorce, homelessness, crimes, and prison admissions. The longer we wait, the harder it will be to recover. These lockdowns are not just affecting our health, but will continue to have devastating consequences on the health and wellness of generations to come. That's why it's so critical that business owners stop complying. You are directly being targeted. This has nothing to do with safety. If it did, then obviously they would have kept you all open like they did for Costco and Walmart. This is about control and social engineering. COVID is just the Trojan horse for the Great Reset, where, as we are being told, we will own nothing and be happy. If the unemployment statistics I just gave you are not enough to make you doubt the narrative, I have many more facts to share. As a nurse, I want to talk about the harms and absurdity of all these other measures. Honestly, when writing this, I didn't know where to start. There's an abundance of information I would like to share with you, but I don't have all day, so I'll try to inform you of the most important fact for each measure or intervention. First, masks. Masks do not protect you from any coronaviruses. The holes in them are literally 3 times bigger than the virus. There's no benefits to wearing them, and they are harmful in so many ways. One of the worst consequences to wearing a mask is the acidosis it creates inside your entire body. People think that every time you take a mask off, your internal environment immediately goes back to normal. This is wrong. The negative effects of wearing a mask are cumulative. That means that your body doesn't go back to its previously well-oxygenated state. As days and months go by, the body becomes more and more acidic. This creates inflammation, which, as we know, is at the root cause of most illnesses. Therefore, masks are responsible for a decrease in your immune system's capacity to protect you. When it comes to social distancing and isolation, not much needs to be said. It's common sense. We're social creatures and need one another to stay healthy. Researchers found that a lonely person's immune system responds. Hand sanitizer is detrimental to your skin, which is your first line of defense against all kinds of infections and organisms. It's also made up of a whole bunch of harmful chemicals, which are directly absorbed into your bloodstream, creating all kinds of hormonal imbalances and toxicity. Don't believe me? Just do a quick internet search of the side effects and toxicity of the ingredients on the bottle. Moving on to the mass testing. I want people to be aware that doing any kind of medical testing carries risks and possible side effects. That's why doctors often used to refuse testing demanded by patients, as the risk of testing sometimes or often outweighs the risk of not. The PCR test can actually be extremely dangerous and cause cerebrospinal fluid leaks or severe bleeding, which may potentially be life-threatening. The worst part is that these are not diagnostic tests. They are genetic material enhancers. Having a positive result doesn't mean nothing. We are being played, and each test costs $30 paid by the taxpayers' hard-earned money. We should all be enraged. And then comes the bioweapon. It's not a vaccine. Vaccines contain small amounts of the virus. It's supposed to protect you against. This one doesn't. This virus was never properly isolated. So what's in it? There's so much to say about this new DNA modifying technology and all these poisons they are injecting in us, but I'll stick to the fact that they've been looking for a corona vaccine for almost 2 decades now, since SARS-1, and they were never able to do it. They failed in the animal trials every time. At first, the animals were fine, but when they were re-exposed to the virus, they all got extremely sick and died. I just want to remind everyone that they have skipped the animal trials with this jab.
So there you go, guys. There's no testing at all on these vaccines.
And are now experiencing on the public, and even worse, they're luring our kids to line up in exchange for free ice cream without parental consent or identification, just like predators do. The injections only have been approved due to the fake emergency they have declared due to COVID. A non-approved drug can only be used for emergencies if there are no alternatives available. And trust me, there are many, 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 many safer alternatives to the jab. Obviously, there are many things you can do to boost your immune system and overall health, like eating organic foods, exercising, taking supplements like vitamin C, D, and zinc, interacting with nature, and spending time with people you love. But there are also very effective natural and medical treatments for once you do get sick. I'll stick to the medical ones for today. Hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin being the main ones. They lied and said hydroxychloroquine was dangerous when it's been recognized even by the WHO to be one of the safest medications on earth. In countries like Nigeria, where people are at risk for malaria, babies, pregnant women, the most vulnerable people take it for prevention. Kids call it Sunday medication. They literally sell it at the corner store. It was also sold over the counter in countries like France up until October 2019. Hydroxychloroquine can be used not only for prevention, but for mild cases of coronaviruses. For the more moderate to severe cases, ivermectin, another well-known and well-established safe drug, has shown to be extremely potent, yet both of these drugs are not approved for use in Canada. Why? I wonder. If they really cared, they would open up the gyms and promote building our immune system. This is not healthcare. It's the destruction of health. Humanity is under attack. This is it. We either fight back or lose everything, our kids included. We cannot let this happen. We the people are much more powerful than we think. Be like Adam Skelly. Stand up for yourself, for your family, for our communities, and for humanity. You have all the power within. Be brave and open up your businesses, Canada, so we can truly be strong and free. Thank you. Please follow us at CanadianFrontlineNurses.ca, and we're going on a across Canada tour. So please help us if you can and donate at cfln@protonmail.com. Thank you so much.
Everybody, Nurse Sarah. So many things are happening, it's insane. So I just want to give